Hello everybody, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Thanks so much for being here today. I hope that you're doing great wherever you are, and how are you doing with those New Year's resolutions? Those New Year's intentions. Well, it's 2021, we're into it now, and committed to maybe to changes that we started a few months ago. It's not going to happen, right? I mean, resolutions, I think 90% of them are broken within the first week or the first month, but it's really hard to keep going. Even if you've chosen, like we suggested, a word, an action word that's going to guide your values and guide your activities in 2021. It's probably been challenged a few times. It's just how it works. Now, Barbara Klein is one of our bloggers, and she wrote this article on 20 ways to look for progress in your life instead of perfection. And I think that's the biggest challenge that we have with resolutions and intentions, is that we set an intention and then we want perfection in that area. So we say we're going to lose 20 pounds and we are just not going to even feel good about it until we lose that 20 pounds. That is our intention. But really what Barbara is saying, and I think is so powerful, is there's a whole spectrum of activities, like sort of actions, micro actions that lead you to that state of completion of your journey, and it's not going to happen like overnight. So even the roadmaps that we have put out there to get to the end result, it's the stops along the way that we should celebrate. I love this idea. I really do, because I think that we only usually reward ourselves for success, and that means success means perfection. And if we don't get that, if we don't reach that perfection, then we haven't succeeded. We have failed, and we don't give ourselves credit for making the effort. I mean, that is like, isn't that the whole thing? I mean, maybe that should be one of the resolutions, is that I'm going to give myself credit for all the small steps that I take to achieve the bigger goals. Now, for example, people on their vision board, I know on mine, I've got travel pictures. It's like, okay, what are the chances that I'm going to get to some of these places this year? Probably pretty remote. It's not going to happen because 21 is going to be a tough year. But I can do things. I can plan. I can investigate. I can learn, I can connect with people in those places. I can actually do virtual travel. On our Patreon supporters group, we actually have a lockdown lounge every three days a week. And we sit and talk about life in lockdown and kind of what we make friends and talk. It's a really cool group of women. But we also do every day a virtual travel destination. So we choose, like tomorrow we're going to go to Greenland, and then we all go on YouTube and find videos, and then the next day we meet and talk about it. So that's kind of our virtual travel. So I celebrate that. I'm actually really proud of myself that I'm doing that, because I know I'm not going to get to Bora Bora this week or next year maybe, but it's just not going to happen. So give yourself credit. So if it's less TV or less weight or improved strength or healthier diet, better use of your time, more friends, what is ever your intention or your New Year's resolution or your intention, maybe take those end goals and back it up a bit. So these 20 steps that Barbara talks about, I think are really helpful, and I hope you agree. So here's some ideas that maybe will lead you to that perfection, but we've talked about this before, like there is really no perfection in life. So maybe we can lose 20 pounds, but is that perfection? We're broken, we're fragile, we're not perfect. But here are the things that you can give yourselves credit for, the small accomplishments. Some of them are so obvious, and please don't just go, yes, Margaret, we know that, but just do it and do it with joy. So the first thing is call a friend, long distance, and chat, phone, FaceTime. You could even send email. Just do it. I have started doing this every day as part of it was a resolution to contact one person every day, usually by text, I'm afraid, because it's just how I operate. But I can talk into my phone using my text feature. So I just talk, and you get some strange auto correct sometimes, but it's all fun. But just to say hi, just thinking of you, hope you're well, sending lots of love. That's it. Or even a little bit more, like, just wanted to let you know you have made a difference in my life. I'm really happy you're my friend. Take good care. Just let them know that you appreciate them. It's such a big thing that for them and for you, you'll feel better about it too. Plan a trip, number 2. Planning is fun. As I mentioned, I do this all the time. I've got little folders, little pictures, and I do just go online sometimes and I type in a place and just say, oh, That would be fun. I bought a book actually. It was 500 places to visit. It's a Lonely Planet book. And I just randomly choose a page and I plan a trip. Or plan a real trip if you can. If you can't, it doesn't matter. I mean, just the planning. The third thing is to treat yourself to a spa day. Okay, before you stop me, I know you can't go to the spa right now. Maybe you can by the time you're watching this video in the future, but you can't visit a spa right now. But you can do one at home. You should shut the door, press the button for the doorbell not to ring, and if you've got one, and buy a face mask, make yourself something at home. You've got avocados and you can make a honey, turmeric face mask. I've got videos on this. Trust me, there's on our YouTube channel, you will find so many videos on all kinds of things. But make a mask from your ingredients in your kitchen, meditate, have a foot bath. Foot baths are really cool. We don't treat our feet gently enough, I don't think. Anyway, have a spa day. Next thing is to get your car washed. Now, this is one of her sort of things to distract yourself. Now, I think that probably washing your car is about all you're going to get to do. And if you're in the winter, maybe just polish the inside, but do something physical to something that you love, and make it, you polish your jewelry or clean your necklaces or whatever. Just something that makes you feel like you're doing something special for something that is important. Spend a couple of days or hours at the library. Now, our libraries are shut right now. I don't know about yours, but there are virtual book groups. There are Goodreads is a really great site for reading book reviews. You can get Audible books. What are you reading? Tell me what you're reading. For me, reading is such a beautiful escape. I'm actually reading Joseph Campbell again because I love mythology and I'm reading about the hero with 1,000 faces. Anybody else read that book? I just love him. It's just deep stuff, but so fun to think how other cultures have explained this mystery of our world. Another thing is the libraries, when they open, are great places to go. Take an extra long nap. Who's counting? Just lie down. If you sleep for 2 hours and whatever. I know some people I can't sleep during the day because I then cannot sleep at night. But if you can have a little power nap, why not? Take a nap. Another thing that you can do these are little things that you can do to lead towards the bigger goals. So get together with a friend online, if you can, not in person, and have a joke book. And I have this great book, I haven't got it in front of me, but it's Would You Rather? And it's would you rather, be a unicorn or a dragon? Would you rather? Some of them are totally silly, and then others are very serious. There's one, it's like, would you rather have $1 billion to yourself that you could spend anywhere or anyhow, or would you rather have as much money as was needed to give everybody that you met $1,000? Everybody in the world $1,000 that you met. I think it's really, those types of would you rathers, but that's a fun, or joke books, just silly books. Go bird watching. That's another fun one. If you like birds, you don't even have to go out for that one. They've come back. They're everywhere now. It's really cool to see how the birds have come back. Go on a picnic and bring some board games. Now, if you're allowed to go out to your park, that's great. I know even that's been stopped in some places, but maybe there's online. There's certainly online chess and online board games. We also, on 60andMe, have at the top of the website, it's like a tab that says games, and they're free. And there's everything from like solitaire to mahjong to Sudoku and strategy games, word games, crosswords. Yeah, it's really cool. It's right at the top of the page. A lot of people don't know about that. Let's see, refurbish that What's a Majinger item. Whatever. Open those little drawers that have these things hidden in them. Buy a piece of new software or a new app. I've discovered new train apps with my grandson. That's been fun. Number 12 is knit, of course. Oh, I don't have my knitting. I've got it right over there. And I'm knitting a scarf, and that's about the limit of my capability. Cup of coffee with chocolate. Have a bit of, just when you're having a cup of coffee, just take a little corner of a chocolate bar or one little piece. I buy little chocolate hearts. They're covered in different colors, like just Lindt chocolate in Switzerland. It's lovely. So when you have your coffee, have a little bit of so this is the thing. If you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to, keep your sugar consumption, having a cup of coffee with a small piece of chocolate is telling yourself, I acknowledge my desire for sweet, but I'm having a tiny piece. That's an accomplishment rather than just sitting there and eating the whole thing like I would do. So another thing is, I'm not going to read all these because you can read them in the article. But take a ride on a swing. So go to the kids' park and just sit on the swing and just swing. Read a book, of course, we've talked about. Oh, this is a good one. Create a personal mandala. Coloring is another. So if you say, for example, I want to be more creative, I want to do more creative things, you're never, you're going to buy the oil paints or the pastels, probably not use them. I know I bought some decoupage, which is still sitting there because you've got to learn a new skill. But why not just do coloring? Get a coloring book. I've got one of mandalas, which are beautiful designs, circular designs. Color. Just get your hands moving with color and paper and pen. And what else? Well, take a walk always. Nature is always the greatest healer. So if you're looking to lose weight, go for a walk. There's so many. And then, of course, allow yourself guilt-free television and Netflix watching. Just do things that are kind to yourself, but that are taking you towards the step forward. So what small rewards have you given yourself so far this year for accomplishments on your journey towards your New Year's resolutions or intentions? What little treats have you given yourself for making progress, not achieving perfection? So I think this is really a fun conversation. Thank you, Barbara, for writing this article. I loved it myself. I'm really inspired. But take really good care of yourselves, everybody. Have a fabulous day. And we'll talk again really, really soon. But leave the comments on how you've been treating yourself, especially for progress on these New Year resolutions, intentions. Take good care. Speak to you soon, everybody. Bye-bye for now.